You don't blow a Jeep engine on the trail. You blow it in your driveway, right after an oil change. One tiny step gets missed. No warning, no noise. And when the oil light finally shows up, the damage is already happening. 10 mistakes. And number 1 is sitting in your owner's manual right now. Mistake number 10. The oil light on your dash is not actually watching your oil level. Most Wrangler owners think the oil light watches their oil level. It doesn't. On a Wrangler, it only kicks on when oil pressure drops, and pressure and level, two completely different things. By the time pressure falls low enough to trigger the dash, bearings inside the engine are already grinding dry. The 2018 Owner's Manual puts it blunt. If the light turns on while driving, pull over and kill the engine right away. So think about what happens after an oil change. The filter cap is a little loose, oil misting out underneath while you cruise with the radio blasting. You don't see it, don't hear it, the dash stays dark the whole time. Metal rubs metal for miles before the light even thinks about turning on. Know what a repair bill looks like after that? We'll get there. But first, after every change, idle briefly, shut it off, and look underneath for wet spots. Again after a short drive. 30 seconds of looking beats a rebuild. The dash can't save you. So what can? Well, it starts with one thing, the bottle sitting on the counter at the shop. Because if that bottle is wrong, everything after it falls apart. And shops grab the wrong one way more than you'd think. Mistake number 9, using the wrong oil because all Jeeps feel the same. Same truck shape, same mud tires, completely different oil. 2 Wranglers side by side in a lot, and most people would never guess they need different stuff inside. The 2018 manual spells it out. 3.6-liter engine, 0W20 meeting FCA standard, MS6395. 2.0-liter turbo, 5W30 meeting MS13340. Different thickness, different standards behind it. A quick lube tech sees Wrangler on the screen, grabs whatever pops up, pours it, prints a receipt. You glance at the paper and drive off smiling. But the tiny print at the bottom says the wrong weight. And wrong weight means the wrong thin layer sitting between your engine parts at full heat. Months later, a ticking sound that won't quit. And nobody connects it back to one wrong pour on a random Tuesday. Pop the hood. Jeep stamps the oil type right on the filler cap. Cap says one thing, receipt says another, you just caught it the same day. It takes 5 seconds. Right oil? Sorted. But nobody talks about the amount. And the difference between 2 Wrangler generations is 1 single quart. Doesn't sound like much. Wait. Before we go deeper, hit like and subscribe so this reaches more Jeep owners. Let's keep going. Mistake number 8. Pouring the wrong amount because shops go on habit. JL 3.6 liters, about 5 quarts of 0W20. JK 3.6 liters from 2012 to 2018. 6 quarts of 5W20 per Mopar and Quadratec. 1 quart gap between 2 trucks with the same engine name. A shop running JKs all year dumps 6 into your JL on autopilot. Old habit. Nobody double checks. Too much oil? The spinning parts inside whip it into foam. Foam can't protect anything. Also pushes pressure past what your seals can hold. Too little? Hit a steep hill and oil can't reach the top of the engine. Parts dry out. Clicking starts. And once you hear that clicking, damage already happened. One question kills the whole problem. Before anyone grabs a bottle, how many quarts for my engine today? Say it out loud. Make them answer. Now pay attention because this part trips up even careful people. Right oil. The right amount. Everything is perfect. And then they grab the filter cap and break it with their own hands. Sounds dumb, but the reason it happens is sneaky. Mistake number 7. Cranking the filter cap too tight. Plastic. The JL 3.6 filter housing is straight up plastic. People treat it like a steel bolt and crank until something gives. Torque spec. 18 foot-pounds. Almost nothing. But your gut screams, tighter means safer, and one extra push opens a hairline crack through a part holding hot, pressurized oil. The crack won't spray or drip big, just seeps. So slow it looks like a leftover mess from the job. Wipe. Drive. Wipe again. Meanwhile, the crack spreads wider every time the engine heats up and cools back down. Stop. Think about the timing. You wiped it 3 times already. Each time you told yourself, probably just residue. But the residue dries up. This never does. A few weeks in, the whole skid plate is coated and you're chasing a mystery. Fresh oil on the O-ring. Hand tight first. Torque to spec. No wrench? Paint marker line. Same spot every time. And if the cap fights you going in, back it out. Fighting means crooked threads. Forcing crooked threads into plastic? Permanent crack. No fixing it. Plastic cracks you can sometimes catch early. Know what you can't catch early? Strip threads on a metal oil pan. Once those go, they're gone for good. And the drain plug is where people strip them without even realizing. Mistake number 6. Cranking the drain plug too tight. 20 foot-pounds for the drain plug on a JL. Firm handshake, nothing more than that. Oil makes everything feel slippery though. The plug keeps spinning past the point where it is already seated, and your brain reads that as not tight yet. One more little push, threads fold, gone. And nobody warns you about this part. You won't find out today. You'll find out 3 oil changes from now when the plug won't hold, and a slow drip starts showing up every night on the driveway. People live with that drip for months. Top off, wipe the spot, ignore it. Then highway speed at 70, and the drip turns into a steady pour you can't even see because wind throws oil everywhere underneath. Pressure crashes, engine wrecks. Now you need a new pan and whatever broke from running dry. Hand thread every time. Fights you? Pull it out. Start fresh. Seats flush? Torque it. Wipe everything clean. Fresh oil on a clean surface has nowhere to hide. Clean cap, clean plug. Everything is sealed. And then the dipstick gives you a reading that makes you panic for no reason, because you pulled it at the worst possible moment. Mistake number 5. Checking the dipstick too fast. Pour oil in. Grab the dipstick right away. Read low. Add more. Still low. Add more. And now an engine that was fine 90 seconds ago is overfilled because you couldn't wait 2 minutes. Oil doesn't just fall straight into the pan after you pour it. It drains through tiny passages all over the engine block. The filter soaks up its share. Oil film sticks to walls and surfaces inside. All of it takes a couple minutes to settle where the dipstick actually reads. Check before that and you're reading ghost numbers. The stick says low, but the engine is full. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Pour the spec amount. Idle for a moment. Shut it down. Wait. 2 minutes. Flat ground. Same spot. Same angle. Real number. Everything before was noise. And don't match your reading against your friend's Wrangler. A different engine means it holds a different amount. His full mark and yours aren't even the same conversation. Good fill. Clean reading. Feels done. Then 2 mornings later, wet spots on the concrete you can't explain. Except they have one very specific explanation. A tiny rubber ring nobody bothered to check. Mistake number 4. Forgetting the old O-ring story. The filter cap comes off. An old rubber ring stays stuck in the housing. Same color as everything around it. Invisible unless you're looking. A new ring goes on the cap. Screw it in. Now 2 rings sit where one belongs. At idle, holds fine. After driving when oil gets hot and thins out, pushes right through the gap and leaks. And because it only leaks warm, the drip comes and goes. Shows up after a drive. Gone in the morning. Back again at night. Feels random. Feels impossible to find. So people blame the plug, the shop, the oil brand, the phase of the moon. Everything except a piece of rubber they never even glanced at during the job. Run your finger around the groove inside the housing before putting anything back. Old ring out? Good. Clean the surface. Dab fresh oil on the new one so it doesn't twist going in. Wipe the whole area bone dry before starting anything. Clean surfaces tell the truth later. Dirty ones hide problems. All that careful work though, the right torque, the right ring, everything clean, means absolutely nothing if you skip the one check that takes less time than tying your shoes. Mistake number 3. Skipping the leak check before driving. Start the engine. Idle. Drop down and look underneath. The whole thing takes less time than picking a song on your phone. Anything loose? Pinched? Not snug? Fresh oil will be forming right there while the Jeep sits still in your driveway. Kill it. Look again. Short drive around the block. Back in the driveway. Third look. 3 peeks. 3 shots at catching a drip before it turns into a disaster at highway speed. The owner's manual doesn't mess around on this. If the oil pressure light comes on while driving, stop. Shut the engine off. Right away. Driving on crashed pressure kills engines fast. Bearings score. Rod journals gouge. Cam lobes flatten. All from a drip you could have caught 30 seconds after finishing the job. In your own driveway. Before you even left. Quick peek also catches dumb stuff. Bolt you forgot on the skid plate. Shield hanging crooked. Not dangerous alone, but real annoying at 60. Right after a change is the worst time to skip looking. And also exactly when most people skip it. Because what comes right after the change is where Jeep owners do the most damage. Mistake number 2. Driving hard right after the change. You just did everything right. New oil, new filter, and now one heavy foot is going to ruin all of it. The new filter still fills up, passages still coat. The whole system needs a few calm minutes to settle in, not a red line rip onto the highway. But what do Jeep owners do? Finish the job and go straight for a trail or hammer an on-ramp. High RPM, steep angles, max heat. On an engine that hasn't confirmed everything is sealed. A small leak at calm speed? Staying drip. Same leak at full speed? Oil slings everywhere. Coats the underside. Pull over and good luck finding where it started. Wind scattered it across 3 feet of metal. Idle a minute. Check the level. Peek under. Easy drive for a few miles. Nothing hard. After that short cruise, look underneath one more time. Dry? Level good? Go live your life. Feels boring. Boring keeps engines alive. Every step in this video falls apart, though, without the one thing that ties all of it together. Sitting in your glove box right now. Never opened. Collecting dust since the day you bought the Jeep. Mistake number 1. Not following the manual for your engine. Costliest mistake on the whole list. And it costs $0 to fix. Open the book. The 2018 Wrangler manual lays it out. 0W20 for the 3.6 liter meeting FCA standard MS6395. 5W30 for the 2.0 liter meeting MS13340. You can't swap those. Wrong oil means wrong protection at heat. Wrong flow at cold start. Wrong everything, keeping metal off metal while the engine runs. It also shuts down the biggest shop upsell going. Says flat out, do not put chemical flushes in engine oil because chemicals can damage the engine. Tech pushes a flush for $20? Jeep already answered. Pass. Match oil to your filler cap. Match the standard to the manual. Right amount for your engine code. Torque cap and plug to spec. Leak check 3 times. Idle, short drive, after cool down. Recheck level once it sits. No guessing. No, my buddy uses this. No shop defaults overriding what Jeep printed for your exact truck. Your Wrangler doesn't die from big trail days. It dies from lazy Tuesday habits nobody bothered getting right. If this saved your engine from even one dumb mistake, hit subscribe and drop a like right now. Tell us in the comments which one you've been doing wrong. See you next time.